trying to finish this post so we can start the game. Start the episode up. We're actually talking about games, so a lot of tonight is gonna have to do with games. So just be prepared to hear the word game.
Cool, Robbie.
Wow, you proud of yourself for that?
A little bit.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. Kyle is here as well. Kyle, how are you tonight, buddy?
Not too bad of you.
Doing well. Hope everybody out there had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Let us be the last to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I know it was just about a week ago, but still, we haven't been on since then, so...
It's okay to wish everyone a happy post-Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So... Yeah, exactly. We are... definitely in the holiday spirit, and guess what? Just a few weeks from now, more holidays will be coming up. So it is the holiday season just in general, and we are definitely here for it. So speaking of the Thanksgiving holiday, Kyle and I, both on our own and together, had the opportunity within the last week to attend several sporting events. Literally in a week's time from last Tuesday till now. We're recording this on the Wednesday post-Thanksgiving. So literally in a week and a day's time, we've attended a combined 4 sporting events in that time frame.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. Excuse me. And it was a wild Thanksgiving week and weekend. And so what we wanted to do tonight for to have some fun was to sort of recap all of our sports endeavors that we undertook here within the last week. So we're going to start, appropriately enough, at a game that Kyle and I attended together. This was a week ago last night. We went to a Harvard hockey game. Actually, if you watched our last episode, you'll notice we kind of teased it at the end of the last episode. So, yeah, Kyle and I had the opportunity to make our way over to Harvard University, Bright Landry Center to be exact, to see Harvard versus Brown in ice hockey.
Wow, that was good. It's the one right, by the way, it's the center that's like right by the big like Coliseum.
Harvard Stadium, yeah.
Harvard, yeah.
Literally, so if you don't know, for those of you who don't know, Harvard University is like sort of athletics complex. Literally everything is like right next together. So you've got like Harvard Stadium, and you've got like lacrosse and soccer field over here. You've got the hockey and the basketball and the track and the swimming pool. Like basically all within like a minute walk of each other, and it's pretty easy to find and get into, and parking is pretty easy as well. There's a lot of parking lots right in the entire complex. The parking is very cheap for like hockey games. It's only $10 to park, which was nothing at all. Which was
it's even
really
less than like Bentley, right? Like when you go to Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley. I think if you pay to park at Bentley, it's like $15, $20. So I think it was a little bit less. Yeah, definitely less than when you go to like the TD Garden or Fenway or something like that. But it's actually not. I know I'm getting a little bit off track here, but it's not less expensive than BC, because at BC it's free to park.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
It's true. You just gotta know where to park. Yes. So anyway, we went to the Harvard Brown hockey game at Harvard last Tuesday night. It was a really fun time.
Oh my god!
Harvard won.
Awesome.
I think they won like 5-2. I think was the score.
5-2. Yep.
5-2 was it? Okay, that's what I thought. Couldn't remember if it was 5-1 or 5-2, but yeah, it was 5-2.
Yeah, they snuck one more goal in the third period. I remember that.
That's right. So. You're right. But yeah, so Kyle, let me sort of throw right on over to you. Because I mean, have you ever been to a Harvard hockey game before?
You know, I want to say I've been to a Harvard game, but it wasn't at Harvard, though. I think
the Bean Pot. I know we've been to a couple of Bean Pot Harvard games involving Harvard.
And I think I've also maybe seen them play at some other rinks here and there, but like
maybe Lake Placid.
Possibly Lake Placid. They may have been in like the final.
Yeah, that would.
Before.
Yeah.
I think they may
That
have
would make sense.
possibly, yeah. But other than that, no. I've actually
But you never seen a game at that arena.
No, never at the arena. I've always driven by, and I've seen like a football. I think we played football there one time.
No, I don't. No, you definitely. You played
No,
football
track.
BC. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
track. That's what I'm thinking of.
Got it.
We went there for tracks.
Gotcha.
But we never. Yeah, I never checked out the rink there.
So let me bring you in here. What were your thoughts before we even get into the game itself?
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on the Harvard hockey rink? Your first time there.
I mean, I thought it looked great. It was a really nice size. The seats were really nice and like nicely spread out. When you go there, it is assigned seating, just so if you guys are looking to watch a game there, as opposed to like the
tickets are
game.
But tickets were like really cheap there.
Oh my god, you like the fact that we had front row seats for like what $6
$6 each.
Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So no, it was. I mean, the deal is like the prices there are amazing. So essentially, if you count parking and tickets, it's like $16-20 about.
Yeah.
Depending on which ticket you buy.
And food is pretty inexpensive too.
Oh yeah, especially for rink food. Yeah, you can't really find too many better prices at other rinks, than that. So, it was nice they had hot dogs. So yeah, they had a pretty decent selection. Overall it's a really good rink. They you could tell they keep it in really good condition. It was great. I loved those front row seats we had. It was really cool.
We did not get a puck though, like at Bentley when we had the front row seat.
Right?
But we were right behind the Harvard bench, which is kind of cool. Like to get that experience of like getting to watch like the coaches and the team like on the bench. Like you sort of get a in-depth look into like what they're, or at least attempt to get an in-depth look into like what they're talking about and like sort of what happens on the bench during the game, which is a pretty cool thing. It's not a I think for Bentley we kind of had that as well because we sat right behind the Bentley bench too for that one game that we went to. So
and I think both times we were we almost like we may have even ended up on the jumbotron, didn't even realize it. But it was like
I'm sure the TV like camera when it pans the ice. I'm sure we were right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But to the game itself, like you said, 5-2 Harvard win. Harvard I felt like kind of dominated the game. I mean, they were definitely the better team. I mean, Harvard's nationally ranked, and Brown, I think, has only won like a game or two so far this season. But just your overall impressions of the game, what you saw, and the Harvard win.
I mean, Harvard definitely brought their A game. I mean, Brown didn't look too bad out there either, but. Definitely Harvard really, like, especially in the second period, my goodness, they just, they were railing against, Brown, and you could tell they were just, they're definitely among the top of the league there. But I do gotta, give Brown credit where credit's due. They did sneak a last-minute goal, like I mentioned earlier, in the third period, which is pretty surprising. They definitely didn't go down without a fight, even though Harvard did get the majority of the points there, obviously, but it was a great game. It was a lot of fun, and also they had a great music selection there.
Yes, Kyle was literally was just in love with the Harvard music selection. Literally, you basically said that they could have easily stolen that playlist from you. I mean, it's true. You definitely have some of the same music, and we've talked a lot about music at sporting events. And I mean, it is. I think in some ways it's kind of similar across the board. You definitely get sort of a bunch of the same selections at various sporting events that you go to. But even Harvard, they kind of brought their own little flair to it as well, which I thought was pretty cool.
Loved it. They played some older songs, newer songs, and for the most part, the soundtrack I was literally just jamming out the entire time. It was great. I loved hearing all the songs. You guys have a really good playlist, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Harvard hockey. A great experience overall, and a lot of fun. Definitely, we'll have to go back at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like from the Killers to OK Go to Franz Ferdinand. I don't know if you guys I don't know if anyone knows those bands, but literally those are some of my favorite bands. So just the fact that I heard them play, there you go.
Kid nailed it. So fast forward a couple of days to the good old Thanksgiving holiday. This was a game that I attended. Kyle, unfortunately, was not able to make. No. It was the 134th installment. Yes, folks, 134th installment of Wellesley versus Needham. Back on Thanksgiving Day in 2021, and boy, did it make a resounding comeback. What a game, folks. Wellesley did win. They picked up their third straight win against Needham, but this one was down to the wire. 34-28 in overtime. Folks, yes, the first time since 2010 that a Wellesley-Needham game has gone to overtime. And actually, the first time, at least in our lifetimes, that Wellesley has won an overtime game against Needham, because the last two, 07 and 2010, 07, which Kyle remembers very well. It's okay, buddy. We'll get through it together. Were both Needham overtime wins. So this year, though, Wellesley took in overtime. Like I said, it was a back-and-forth game. Wellesley led 14-0. Needham, I believe, I'm trying to remember. I think Needham scored to make it 14. Yeah, Needham scored to make it 14-7. Wellesley then retook the two-score lead, 21-7. Then Needham scored to make it, I think, 21-14.
Okay.
And then 21-21. Then Wellesley scored to retake the lead, 28-21. And then Needham scored late in the fourth to tie the game, 28-28. So then fast forward to the overtime period. Needham gets the ball first. So just a quick little explanation of high school football overtime rules. So for high school football overtime, both teams get the ball. Both teams get a possession each overtime period, and they both start at the 10-yard line, at the opponent's 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically have 4 downs to try to get in the end zone. So Needham got the ball first in overtime, and they had 4th and goal from, I want to say, like the 3-yard line, maybe the 4.
Okay.
And basically they threw a pass into the end zone, and the Wellesley defender batted it away, which was awesome. A great play made by him to keep it a tie game. And then all Wellesley needed to do, really, was kick a field goal in their possession, and they would have won. But what did they do? Literally the first play, they ran the running back right up the middle, and he basically pushed his way all the way in from 10 yards out to win the game and set off a wild celebration. So, yeah, big congratulations to the Wellesley High football team. Again, 3rd straight victory against Needham, which was awesome. And now they lead the overall series 65-60 with 9 ties. So just an epic installment of the rivalry, and just very, very happy to have it back on Thanksgiving this year, which was pretty awesome. So
there you go.
So now the last one for me, before I get to a game that just Kyle attended, there was one more game that just I attended, and it was on Saturday. It was also a football game. 3 of the 4, by the way, were football games, and then obviously the hockey. But I went to BC football's regular season finale against Wake Forest at home. Unfortunately, wasn't the best game for BC. They ended up losing 41-17, which is too bad. You gotta give a lot of credit to Wake Forest. They just, they're a really good team, and they, just brought their A game. And actually, with the win, clinched a spot in this weekend's ACC championship game. So big congratulations to them. Best of luck to them. So, it was still. I mean, obviously, I always enjoy going to BC games, win or lose, and had a really nice time. It was good weather for it, and. Just, again, nice after, not being able to go to any games in 2020, being able to get back out there and, go to I think I went to all but one BC home game this season. So it was, it was really nice. Very excited for future years to come with BC football. So, and definitely looking forward to see how they do in their bowl game. They did qualify for a bowl game, which will be coming up later this month.
Cool.
So, now I'm going to sort of turn the floor over here to Kyle because he went to sort of a big football game that was taking place on Sunday, and that would be our good old New England Patriots, who, if you have listened to my Robbie's favorite football recaps the past few weeks, know that the Patriots are doing really, really well, right? Mm-hmm. Now, coming into Sunday, they had won 5 games in a row. They were going up against the Tennessee Titans, and sure enough, they made it 6 in a row with a pretty dominating second half in the victory against Tennessee, who, by the way, going into that game was the top seed in the AFC, so definitely no slouch were the Titans. But yeah, Kyle, you were there. So just take us through the experience, the game itself. Just the floor is yours, my friend, to give us your thoughts on another Kyle trip to Gillette Stadium.
It was great. So it's funny because in the past my family has. I usually go there with my family, like a lot of my cousins and stuff like that, and we would go there during like usually around like Christmas, New Year's, kind of around that time period. But this year there wasn't any plan for that, so I actually went with with some friends and family to the which I think actually fared better because the temperature was so much better, being around Thanksgiving this time. So it was great. It was the fact that it was that Sunday. It wasn't nearly as cold as when you get to like the end of December, beginning of January, that kind of time period. Oh my goodness, it made such a difference. Like just the fact that we were able to actually go there, park, and kind of hang out for a bit, and we didn't have to like. I mean, we obviously you still want to bring layers to those games, but like,
oh, of course, especially this time of year.
Yeah. But this time,
early on, like in September and stuff like that, it's probably still gonna be pretty warm, and even like into October. But yeah, once it gets like November and into December, like you really gotta put on the long underwear, the jackets, everything. Like,
yep, even if you got like Under Armour, like sweatpants or anything like that under your like jeans or pants or whatever you're wearing. No, it was great. It was a great experience. It was nice being back at Gillette. I just love that whole area. We actually ended up getting the balcony area there, and we just kind of hung out there the whole time. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot hard to see sometimes when you go there because there's a lot of people there. There are a lot of tables set up, which is pretty cool if you want to have some either like get a drink or have some lunch or something like that. But it does get a little crowded, so sometimes you have to kind of inch your way forward and kind of push through a little bit. But it's really great. It was just kind of a really good feeling overall. I just love being there, just the whole experience. Like, granted, I mean the game was great too. Like I loved watching the game, and you could definitely see. Like we could definitely see kind of like the middle of the field there. We were like right smack dab in that middle balcony section. I don't know if you know where that is in Gillette Stadium, but it was just cool. And like and the good news is like if you guys go there, there is actually a building. I forget, it's like some kind of insurance building or something like that. You can literally just walk in there and sit down at the table and just like have lunch there if you want, if it gets too cold or something like that.
Wow, nice.
So little tip if you guys need to, if you guys want to do that, if you don't want to kind of walk around, and also there are bathrooms there too. So, and if you go there, depending on what time you go there, you can actually get in the bathroom a lot quicker than some of the other spots. So it's,
God, trying to get into like those like concession area bathrooms during halftime, it's like you may as well just bring a book or something like that because you're gonna be waiting for a while. I mean, it's literally. I mean, usually when I go there, I literally leave my seat like 5 minutes before the end of the first half, and I'm still not back in my seat until like close to the end of halftime usually because it is jam packed. Now, honest question for you, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there's a lot of factors to this.
Yes.
How long after the game did you actually exit the Gillette Stadium parking lot?
So here's the thing. We didn't park at the parking lot.
Ooh. See, you're thinking. You're good thinking, yes.
So what's nice about that general area is that you actually have other options.
True.
To park, and like there's a lot of different price lots, and I think what they do is the prices increase depending on how
as you get closer.
Yeah. We parked at this $50 lot, but that's okay because what was really nice about it was we could just like it was this lot that you could like walk through the train yard and it just pops you off right at Gillette Stadium, right at the parking lot. So
nice.
There's this nice little walking path. It's pretty cool actually. So we just did that and it took like 5 minutes to get out. It was great.
Very good. Hey, there you go. Smart. Yeah, I bet. Believe me, the few times I've been to Gillette, I've sat in some of those lines waiting to get out of the parking lot. It could take, you could literally be sitting there for like an hours at a time just going nowhere. So, no, whatever you can do to, make the time shorter. Good for you.
Yeah, it's one of those give or take things. Do you want to spend $50 or anywhere between like $20 to $50? Do you want to spend that amount of money and get out quicker, or do you not want to bother paying extra money, but also you sacrifice that for time? So it's one of those kind of give and take type of thing. So whatever works out for you guys. So yeah.
Whatever floats your boat. All right. Well, anything else about the experience that you wanted to touch on?
No, it was just nice being back. It was. I'm hoping. I don't think I'll do this a lot because it is very expensive to get a Patriots ticket.
Yeah, one page. You could literally, for the amount that you pay to go to one Patriots game, you could go to like every single BC football home game, or like you pay for like to watch every single game like at a bar, like, and then some.
Yeah, and like put it into like perspective too. Like I would say a cheap Patriots ticket is about the same as maybe going to like 2 cheaper Red Sox games.
Yes.
So,
Oh yeah. No, it is expensive, and even to be in like the last row of the balcony is like very, very expensive. Yeah. But hey, sometimes people just, they sort of make an experience out of it. They just spend the day and make the most of it. So
exactly, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I've been to a few Pats games, and it's always enjoyable. So don't have anything against it, but yeah, it can be very pricey, for sure. So, well, that's great, Kyle. I'm glad you got to see them victorious. Yeah, it's interesting, except for the BC game, all the other 3 home teams won the games that we went to, so that was very exciting to see. So, now that we've pretty much done the Robbie's favorite football recap and our little recap here, we are going to move on to the fantasy football recap for the week. And I'm very happy to report I went 2-0 this week in fantasy. I won both my leagues. Was very happy about that. And so now I'm in second place in my division in one league. Mm-hmm. And 3rd overall, and I'm in 8th place overall in my other league. But the top 8 teams do make the playoffs. So right now I'm kind of holding on to a potential playoff berth here. So we'll
nice.
See.
There you go, dude.
We'll see what happens. There's still a couple weeks left in the regular season, so hopefully I can pick up a couple more wins and lock myself into a playoff spot there. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Kyle, how did you fare this week?
I won by. I'm just kidding. I lost again.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've just kind of accepted my fate at this point. Right now, I'm 2-10.
Ouch.
Yeah, just feeling that burn. But hey, you know what? I'm just glad to be doing it again. So, like I said, I know I keep stressing this. I keep reiterating this. So. Yeah, and I changed my defense again, too. So I'm, there's definitely some stuff I got to kind of look into for this coming week. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get a playoff. But maybe. So.
Sorry. Hang in there. You'll be okay. Be Superman.
There we go.
All right, well.
Cool. My phone, sorry.
Oh boy. All right. So now that we've done the fantasy football recap and recapped all those games, we are now
a lot of recapping.
Yeah, a lot of recapping, and now we're going to do reviewing.
Woo!
The Sue's reviews, to be exact. Back again in our first episode post Thanksgiving. So let me toss it over to the Sue's for another edition of the Sue's Reviews. Kyle, what have you got?
All right, so Robbie, I'm going to have you actually pick my review today. So I have 2 separate reviews that I'm thinking of doing.
Okay.
And I don't know which one to do. So
Go with B.
Go with B. I don't even know what A. I didn't even put them in next letters yet. So I was thinking of either doing the Supergirl series finale or House of Gucci. What do you think I should do? Robbie's going to help me choose my review.
So, sorry, what are the two? Sorry, I was distracted. What are the 2 choices again?
I was thinking either Supergirl series finale or House of Gucci?
Oh, you gotta go House of Gucci.
All right. I'll do House of Gucci this week, and then I'll push Supergirl to next week then. Or next time, whenever our episode's going to be.
Well, I feel bad now because you wore like the super shirt.
I don't know. Should I?
You could always do like a double.
You know what?
Let's make it a double,
Let's
man.
make it a double.
Let's go. Yeah.
Here we go. We're
make it a
recapping,
double.
reviewing.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Let's start with Supergirl. I'll make this one shorter because I did already talk about Supergirl as a series. But the series finale did just happen a couple weeks back. And it was a very interesting finale. I will say it wasn't quite as action-packed as I thought. They kind of teased like that all the characters, all the heroes from seasons past and all the villains would be fighting, and I thought that was a really cool premise, and they did that for like maybe the first 10 minutes of the series finale, but it ended very abruptly. Everything just kind of was like, oh, everything's fine now. And you're like, huh, okay.
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was like, they're really trying to raise up these stakes here, and they it just kind of fizzled out, like a flat soda. So it is what it is. So it was a little disappointing on that front. I know it's a very interesting finale because I do appreciate what it was doing. I don't think it was the best finale out of especially out of like the superhero series I've watched, but it did a pretty good job at wrapping up the whole Supergirl series. Like they have a very I thought they ended it on a very interesting note, and they had her do something really cool at the end. And I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen the finale yet, or if you are planning on watching the whole series. But I thought the very last kind of like shot of the series before they jumped to credits and everything, like I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was very interesting the way they did that. So, and like a lot of the themes they explored, I thought were pretty cool. But yeah, it was just like for those of you who are expecting like this all out like crazy finale for like an hour of the heroes fighting the villains, you're not going to get that exactly. You're going to get like a taste of it, but you're not really going to get this like Avengers Endgame style kind of battle that I think the show is promising, if you will. And I feel like the ads were kind of misleading in that case, which is a little frustrating. And so I think a lot of people might be frustrated on that end of things, but I did like how they at least brought all the characters back, and you did kind of see them for one last time, like Jimmy Olsen. They brought back Scott Winslow, who was her friend back, and these people were like all the way back in like season 1 of Supergirl. So it was pretty cool, and I thought they ended Supergirl / Kara Danvers story pretty well at the end. So all in all, pretty okay finale. Nothing to write home about, but it was enjoyable. So jumping to House of Gucci, probably the most Italian movie you will ever watch. And yes, I have watched the Godfather series, so that says a lot. So basically, the movie it's directed by Ridley Scott, and it stars Lady Gaga and Adam Driver. And Adam Driver plays the son of or one of the sons of like this like very famous okay, so he's like one of the members of the Gucci family that is responsible for all these like this whole line of like different kind of fashion related products and everything, like clothes, bags, wallets, you name it. And basically his character, Adam Driver's character, didn't want anything to do with the family. And that is until he meets Lady Gaga's character, who kind of sort of pushes him into taking up the family name and kind of continuing producing the Gucci line of fashion products. And when you find out, I won't spoil too much, but at the expense of other members of the family, at the expense of other of the Gucci members. And it was a very interesting movie. It was kind of like the rise and fall and rise again of the whole Gucci family and how they were in the fashion world. and how like they were kind of backstabbing each other. It was really wow. It was very interesting the way it played out. The movie was a bit slow at times. It was about like a little over 2.5 hours. I think the movie definitely could have been a bit shorter. But I would say for the most part, at least, the performances were really great. Adam Driver was amazing. I always kind of like his more subtle performances. And excuse me. I would say I was like, I think I had too many cookies today. But
Truth.
yeah, Lady Gaga I thought was a standout performance.
Gaga.
She is incredible. Yeah, now you think like, okay, I know obviously you know her as a singer, and yeah, she's done some acting here and there. Like she was in American Horror Story. She was in A Star Is Born, and she basically played like I feel like a version of herself. In this movie, she really disappears into this role of like this crazy, of basically his crazy wife, and you see how crazy she gets throughout the movie, and she really nailed the performance. I thought she was amazing. On the other, and also Al Pacino was in the movie too, and he was great as always. And he was one of the Gucci members. He was actually the uncle of Adam Driver's character, I believe. But then you go to Jared Leto, and Jared Leto, wow, he really fascinates me as an actor. He disappears into his role too. They put so much makeup on him, you don't even realize it's actually Jared Leto. They could have literally just hired another guy. That's I was trying to figure out who this actor was, and then I looked in the credits. I'm like, oh, that was Jared Leto. Okay, and he was just all over the place. I thought he's a great actor generally. I really like Jared Leto, but in this movie, I feel like he played up the whole Italian accent way too much. It was like a comical. It was to like a point where it was very comical. Where I thought he actually would have been a good live action like Mario. Like it was very like it was like Mamma Mia. I was like. Okay. It was a little too much. Like he really pushed it hard. Pretty much. Yeah, that's right.
Little Mario tennis reference.
Yeah, good one. Like just I was like, Jared Leto, you really went overboard with that. There's sometimes where actors just they don't give enough. And then there's other time for actors, they just do it way. They jumped the shark. They just gave way too much, and I feel like that was kind of where Jared Leto was as good of an actor as he is. So I wish he could have dialed back the accent and stuff a little bit in the movie. But it is what it is. It was still an enjoyable time. I'm not gonna say go out of your way to watch it, but if you have an afternoon, if you don't mind spending 2.5 hours or so watching a movie, check it out.
Very good. Thank you, Kyle, as always, for that double review. Always exciting to get a double review. And, by the way, the critics are blowing up your phone.
Oh! Let's see. I'm going to read this. From Jared Leto. He said, my accent was perfect. Shut up, Kyle. Oh, okay. Sorry. I may have made Jared Leto a bit angry, so.
Oh, boy.
Oops.
Jared Leto, we love you. Please don't stop watching our show.
Sorry.
Anyway... That's right. He would just add to the villain list.
There you go.
On the couch, yeah.
Maybe him and what's his name?
Rob Hauser, yeah.
Maybe they'll plot to destroy.
A little tag team, yeah. Oh God. But anyway, yeah. So that is going to wrap it up for this week's edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. Again, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday and just a few more short weeks until another holiday. So. And by the way, happy Hanukkah to those of you celebrating Hanukkah as well. Do not want to discount Hanukkah, I mean. So for everybody out there watching that celebrates, happy times. Happy times, yeah. All right. So that wraps up this week's edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, that's Kyle. Excuse me. You and I both. That's Kyle. I'm Robbie. This is a couch. And we'll see you next time here on a Couch Talking Sports. Bye, everybody.
Oh, Jared Leto, you guys are losers? Oh, now he's really mad.